Here we go, heat number 1 of the WA title. All about set to go. The defending champion won it in November, an absolute thriller. From the man who's on his outside, in fact, Damon Truchet was in front on lap 39. He didn't win on lap 40. Green lights are on. The Super Sedan title is underway. Down into turn number 1, Gary Higgs the leader. Truchet in second spot. On the inside comes Lee Aylett. Back then to Kevin Bell in 4th place as they move down the back straight the first time. Back then to car number 6 in 5th place, Tristan Green. They come out of Pitts Bend, and it is Gary Higgs who leads the opening lap, and he does a 17.942. Back then to Lee Aylett in second place, who hasn't allowed the West Australian champion to get away. Back to Damon Truchet, Kevin Bell 4th. Back then to Tristan Green, Warren Mitchell in 7, Campbell Aylett, then Nathan Bell, Steve Larson and Kyle Larson at the tail. Larson starting to make up a couple of spots now. Down the main straight they come. Gary Higgs does a 17.939 with 8 to go. Makes a little bit of a mistake out of 2, and the 4-car closes, that of Lee Aylett. Back in 3rd place is Damon Truchet. 4th position is Kevin Bell, then Tristan Green. Down the main straight here at Bunbury, Gary Higgs still in front. Leads by 0.5 of a second over Lee Aylett. Back in 3rd place is Damon Truchet. No change. Back to Bell, Green, Mitchell, Campbell Aylett, Kyle Larson, Nathan Bell, and the last car is Steve Larson. Into the main straight, 6 to go. And Gary Higgs just ahead of Lee Aylett. Damon Truchet close enough as well. Back then to Kevin Bell in 4th position. So run the back straight here at Bunbury, up the rest of straight, up into Pitts Bend. Our race leader is the West Australian champion by 2 car lengths. Lee Aylett in 2nd place, and back in 3rd place, Damon Truchet as we pass the halfway mark. 17.86 that time around. 106.8 kilometres an hour for the average lap. Back to Kevin Bell in 4th. Warren Mitchell's up to 5th. Tristan Green is next, then Campbell Aylett. Underneath of Campbell Aylett goes Kyle Larson. Further back to Nathan Bell and Steve Larson. Our race leaders with us once again. 1.3 seconds the margin first to second. Lee Aylett trying to stay with the West Australian champion. Car number 7 in 5th place of Warren Mitchell. Now the quickest car on track with a 17.794. Passing flag is out. The West Australian champion's got 3 to go. Moves down the main straight. Lee Aylett now has a quick lap of the race in 2nd place, and they've got lap cars to negotiate in the concluding stages. Higgs comes up on the outside now, the 96 of Steve Larson. Here comes Lee Aylett as they come out of Catalano's. Two laps to go here in heat number 1. It's Higgs, and Lee Aylett in 2nd place, closes right up on him now. Goes underneath almost as they come out of turn 2. Back in 3rd place, Damon Truchet and Kevin Bell. Lee Aylett goes the outside. The deciding move in the race may have hit the front. On the inside is that of Gary Higgs. 1 to go. Side by side down into turn 1. Lee Aylett on the back end of Gary Higgs as they move out of turn 2. Back then to Damon Truchet, Kevin Bell and Warren Mitchell. To the top turn they go the last time, and Gary Higgs is going to prevail by 2 car lengths. Put your hands together. Gary Higgs first across the line. Lee Aylett a gallant 2nd. Damon Truchet 3rd. Kevin Bell, then Warren Mitchell. Tristan Green is next. Kyle Larson and Campbell Aylett. Nathan Bell and Steve Larson at the tail. What a humdinger to start off with. 3 minutes 1.934 for the 10 laps. And it came down to that last lap. Gary Higgs was able to get through on the inside and take the win on the last. 3:01.394. Car 1 first. Gary Higgs 2nd, Lee Aylett in 4. 3rd, 3, Damon Truchet. 4th is 5, Kevin Bell. 5th is 7, Warren Mitchell. Then 6 of Tristan Green. The 10 of Kyle Larson. Number 9, Campbell Aylett. The 55 of Nathan Bell. And 96 of Steve Larson. 3 minutes 1.394. The winning margin was 0.335. And the quick lap of the race was by Lee Aylett with a 17.752.
And what an epic to start the night. And our state champion starting his defence off in the right way as we have some pre-race formalities to get on with before we have a chat to him. But when he shuts his car off, how about it, Bunbury, for Gary Dusty Higgs, your winner of heat race number 1. Dust, man. That was pretty close.
Oh, yeah. Come up on a bit of lap traffic. She's a bit rough through the corner, so was a bit rough on the outside, so I just stuck on the bottom and it was pretty close, but I was pretty happy to get the win.
Well, you know, obviously, anyway, these aren't really the things that matter. It's obviously those 40 laps right at the end.
That's right, yeah. There's 70 laps all night, so there's another 60 to go to get to the front.
A lot of people you'd like to thank as well.
I'd like to thank my son Dustin for doing all the work and giving me a good car to race. And best of luck to me little grandson that just broke his arm. Cheers.
And you'd probably love to hear that as well. Jerry Higgs taking the win in heat race number 1 as we get set for heat race number 2. That was a quick one, Jason.